Hey everyone. There's a practice that I want to offer that I aspire to and attempt much of the time, whether I succeed or fail, and that's to give what I want. So if I want understanding, I want to understand first. If I want validation, let me validate first. If I want to be seen, let me see first. Let me give what I want. Such a better practice because that's up to me. It's in my power, to my capacities. As I said, not always easy, but if I want empathy, let me empathize. If I want love, let me love. And I think that's such a better way to go instead of this entitlement that I'm entitled to these things. As a couples therapist, I'm often seeing sort of dueling grievances. Someone feels like they're not being empathized with, and they're not necessarily empathizing, or they may feel like they're empathizing and understanding the other and giving to the other and not receiving what they're giving. So there's also a reciprocation value here, a need. We have a transactional part of us that wants the other to respond to us. So we can get into grievances and resentments if we're not receiving what it is that we believe we're offering or giving. There's a sense of inequity or a sense of imbalance between us in a relationship. If we feel like we're expressing interest and the other person isn't, or it's a really common pattern I see in my office and in our world, where people feel like, hey, I'm reaching out, and the other isn't reaching out. And it's a really common one, a painful one. We have so much loneliness and isolation now, and that's a part of it. Our desire, our habit to reach out gets extinguished if the other doesn't reciprocate. And it hurts when our brothers or our cousins or our friends aren't reaching out to us. It lessens the connectivity. And yet it's in our power to reach out. So if I have a friend that isn't reaching out to me, I'm like, have I reached out to them recently? And I'll attempt to then feed that relationship. And sometimes I'll ask, hey, would really appreciate that you reach out to me sometimes. And I was like, hey, I'm reaching out to you and I feel like you're not reaching out to me, and that hurts, it frustrates me. And I don't know that you care about our relationship, or there's clearings to do. Someone may not be reaching out because they don't feel you, or they don't feel you're caring, or feel like you're hearing them. So it's a rich territory. And I tend to lean into these territories rather than lean back. I'm more response-based. Some people are more internal, more interior, more introverted. They process internally. I'm an external processor as an extrovert. And also my particular insecurities, when I'm anxious or when I'm excited, like if I'm speaking into a group, it's a really big challenge for me to read the room, speak into the group, stay in contact with people. And so because I'm very response-based, so for example, at a BNI meeting some years ago, I was in a BNI, networking group, and I would have this 30-second elevator speech, and I could land it fairly well. I'm fairly articulate. But when I'm doing 30 seconds and then that's it, and that goes on to the next person, I panic after it goes to the next person. I don't know how they think, how they feel. That is a very deep fear inside of my system. And I'm exploring that internally I'm exploring that also with others around what is that I have so much anxiety and excitement, because it's both. I'm like excited to share what I have to say and I'm leaning in, and I'm a counterphobic type. I'm not like some people are phobic and they avoid. And I tend to be counterphobic. I see the storm and I move towards it like the buffalo. And foolishly and courageously, I'm like, here it is. I'm diving in. I'm saying what I think and feel. It's like, and I'm like, what did you feel and think about what I said? So I need the responses. I need the nods. I need the I gotcha. I need that feel yes. And I also really, really, really want others to resonate and share their experiences. I don't want it all to be about me. So it's very interesting how attention is exchanged. And again, giving what I want. So how well do I listen to others and hold space for them? And that's a practice that I consistently and continually work on. So just wanted to share that. Give what you want. if that's what you want. And if you want something you don't feel like you're getting, give it over. If you want to be nourished, then nourish. If you want to be nurtured, then nurture. If you want to be cared for, then care. I think that's a much more liberating and empowering way to be. And I think the next task is to not be attached to the outcome. And I'm working on that one, believe you me. So this is Michael. Hope this has informed, inspired you. Please share your feedback and your responses and your own relationship with response ability. All right, be well.